Today I will help you to revise the projectile motions. So for class student of class 11, we have the projectile motion, and this is also very important concept for the JEE and the NEET exam, right? So I will help you to how to revise this projectile motions, the problems. We have the four problems. So this is the case number one. Others are like whenever we are throwing from the top height, and also this plane will be inclined. So today in this session I will help you to revise the simplistic projectile model, right? In the projectile, what happened that there is a four component. You know that whenever you are throwing something, an object, it's with a velocity u. So you having two component, the ux and the uy. Okay, so ux is the horizontal component of the initial velocity, and uy is the vertical component of the initial velocity, right? And they are not interfering each others. Okay. Next is that ax and ay. So ay is the minus g, means acceleration due to gravity. Whenever if you see at this point, what happened that the acceleration, the vertical acceleration acting downward, and the horizontal acceleration will be along the vx. The horizontal acceleration will be along the vx. So vx, what happened that in these directions there is no accelerations, right? Because for this projectile case, we will consider only the gravitational accelerations. We are not going to consider any other accelerations. That's why in projectile motions, the vertical acceleration will be the acceleration due to gravity, right? Now, you know that gravity is always acting downward like this. It's always truth. Gravity is always acting downwards. But for our case, what we are taking that we are taking Ex is positive this side, y is positive this side. So ay is equal to minus g. That's why. Because ay means the positive direction, but acceleration actually acting in the negative, in the downward direction. That's why we are taking ay is equal to minus g. This is very important. I have seen that a lot of students having the confusion in this point. So why ay is minus g? Because ay is in the positive direction we have taken. Ay means acceleration in this positive y directions, but g is acting downward. That's why ay is minus g. Fine. Now what about ax? Ax is 0 because in these directions there is no accelerations. As I told you, we have only considered the acceleration due to gravity. So along the x-axis there is no acceleration. That's why ax is equal to 0. Right. Now we have to get this equation of trajectory. Okay. So for this, what we are going to do? We are going to consider the upward motions. For upward motion, this is the max height h. You know that max height h is equal to this. And how we are going this? Because by the vertical motions. By vertical motion, you are going to receive these formulas. Okay. I will show you this part. And the next is that what is the time of flight? This also we are collecting from this. Like object will reach here at this point, the max velocity in the y direction will be 0. That means Vy will be 0. From here to here it is in retarding motions. Again, from this point to this point, again it's accelerating motions because that time g is positive, right? So what you have seen that the time of ascent, time of descent is same. The time required to reach from here to here means vertically this point to this point, it will be the u sin theta by g. And total time means u sin theta by g in this zone and u sin theta by g in this zone. So total it will be 2 sin theta by g, right? So in this time 2 sin theta by g, the object will simultaneously moving in the horizontal directions from this point to this point. So this is called range. Okay, this part is called range. Range is always in the horizontal directions. So range means the velocity and the time. So these directions, it is under uniform velocity. So velocity is u cos theta and time is 2u sin theta by g. If you multiply these two, you will get the range here. That's it. Okay. So this is all about the fundamental concept of projectile. Now follow my session. In the next sessions, I will show you how to do the calculation for division part. Okay. Thanks for watching the session.